Okay, good evening, everyone. We'll go ahead and get started. I'd like to call to order this August 20th, 2024 regular council meeting. Please rise for the invocation and remain standing for the pledge of allegiance.
Gracious Heavenly Father, we are thankful for your blessings and hand upon our community. And we would ask that your blessing would rest upon this gathering, this meeting. We pray for your wisdom, your guidance. Let everything be done out of Christian charity and understanding and respect and dignity. We thank you for it in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, next is the verbal roll call of council members present for the record.
Councilmember Back,
President.
Councilmember Joy,
President.
Councilmember Perkins,
Present.
Councilmember Sexton,
Present.
Councilmember Cooper,
Present.
Vice Mayor Atkins, Mayor Nickerson.
Present. Okay, next is the approval of the meeting minutes from August 6th, 2024, regular meeting. Are there any corrections or changes to these minutes? Nothing, okay. Do I have a motion to approve the August 6th, 2024 regular meeting minutes?
So
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
Yes.
6 yes, 1 no. Motion passes.
Next, the approval of the executive sessions minutes from August 6th, 2024. Are there any corrections or changes to these minutes? Do I have a motion to approve the August 6th executive session minutes?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
Yes.
5 yes, 1 no. Motion passes.
Next on the agenda is unfinished business. Does anyone have any unfinished business? No? Okay. Move on to new business. Resolution 2024-17. This is a resolution allowing the municipal manager to list and sell surplus police items or vehicles on Gov Deals, 100 Capital Commerce Boulevard, Suite 110, Montgomery, Alabama, 36117. Council members or questions addressing this resolution?
Yes.
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 Second.
You have a question? No, is there any question? Okay, go ahead.
So is this only, for the 2 trucks?
No, there's some
I
other,
said, it says miscellaneous, but
so that there is quite a bit of equipment that is not used, some cages from old cruisers, some other equipment that we are looking to sell on Gov Deals. Once we know a little bit more, once Acting Chief Wharton has a chance to go in and do a better inventory, get that to you, but we want to get this on. So he does have a couple things. There's 2 Ford Rangers that sit in the parking lot. Are probably the first 2 things that we're going.
thank you.
Okay.
Mr. Mack?
That's what I was gonna ask, is what all pertains to what would be sold on the other. I haven't yet, like you said.
We'll forward it to you.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Any other questions or anything? No? Okay. Do I have a motion to adopt resolution 2024-17?
So moved.
second.
Councilmember Sexton,
Yes.
Councilmember Back,
Yes.
Councilmember Perkins. Councilmember Joy.
Yeah.
Mayor Nickerson,
Yes.
Councilmember Cooper.
Yes.
5 yes, 1 no. The motion passes.
Okay, this is the second resolution 2024-18. A resolution authorizing the acting village manager to enter into an agreement to participate in the Kroger settlement regarding the nation opiates litigation by executing the National Opiates Settlement Participation Form. Council members, do you have any questions on this one? Good, yes, sir, Mr. Jordan.
What's this, what is this regarding?
So I'll do my best to tell, and then Mr. McNamee can fill in where I lack. So if you recall, there were these settlements for all of the manufacturers and distributors of opioids that happened mostly last year. In fact, you adopted a resolution, I think, participating in the One Ohio program, which is one of those programs to receive some funds. This is Kroger is the most recent to come with a settlement. And we, I think, can realize some revenue from this. So I think we're gonna at least make a claim against Kroger for some funds. I don't think it's gonna be a lot, but it could be a little bit. Is that safe to say now?
Yes, Rob, that's a pretty accurate description. It is through the One Ohio program, which the village opted into. And the Kroger settlement is one that in order to participate in the settlement funds, that the city must opt into that settlement as well. So if it's approved by the village, then there'll be a settlement document to sign. You will do that as village manager, and we'll submit that to the state.
So this is for opioid manufacturer. I mean, how does Kroger play into that? I mean, they're a pharmacy selling legally prescribed drugs.
Yeah,
So it's not a manufacturer. Kroger is a distributor. Kroger was sued by the state of Ohio and all other 49 states in the union. And Kroger elected to settle this litigation by entering into the settlement and providing funds.
How much is the funds?
Good time.
we don't know yet.
4 million?
No.
Oh.
No,
You can't tell
I don't think so. I think it'll be more in the thousands than it will be the millions.
You talking just for the village thousands.
Correct.
That's correct.
Do you know the total settlement bank, what they agreed to? That is millions. They agreed to millions.
Is anybody else in this? I had one more, just to clarify, this is already, so what we're doing is applying to participate in drawing from a fund that's already been settled.
Kroger fund, yes.
Yeah, okay, so it's not litigation. It's
All the large distributors and things of that nature would be accepting Sudbury Pharma.
right.
They have all entered into settlement agreements, and so smaller targets, as they're called,
Okay,
are being gone after by the litigation attorneys.
gotcha.
Who is distributing the money? Kroger's?
State of Ohio, that's, so it'll go to the states, and then the state of Ohio
State of Ohio.
will then distribute it, pursuant to an allocation formula that's been devised.
So when it goes to the governor or somebody else, we'll have to distribute it.
Well, it will go through the One Ohio, what's called a COG, Council of Governments, that distributes the funds to political subdivisions throughout the state.
And they determine how much will go each.
That is correct.
council is.
That is correct, sir.
Yes.
Okay, good luck.
Okay, any other comments or questions? All right, do I have a motion to adopt resolution 2024-18?
So moved.
Second.
Councilmember Perkins,
Maybe.
not sure. Is that a yes? Councilmember Sexton,
Yes.
Councilmember Joy,
No.
Councilmember Cooper,
Yes.
Mayor Nickerson.
Yes.
Councilmember Back.
Yes.
5 yes, 1 no.
Okay, other than the two resolutions, are there any other new business? Before we move on? Okay,
Let's do business or not.
I think it's council comments is where he wants. Do you have legislation that you want to propose?
No. I didn't want to know about the interview.
Yeah, we should do that through your comments, when council comments go in.
okay, next will be public comments or questions. I will call your name and address for the record. You will have 3 minutes to speak and be heard. Once your time is up, you'll be thanked, but no additional time will be given, and no donation of time by others to others will be allowed. We will not be stopping your time, but may, if necessary, address your comments after you have finished speaking. First person this evening is Al Dennis, 407 Rosetta. Good evening, sir. Welcome.
Good evening, council. Like Dave said, I'm Al Dennis. here on Rosetta. I'm also with Professional Storm Responders Storm Team. We was present at the day in the park. We had an absolute blast there, and I just came here to tell you some of the information that I received while we were shuttling people from the park. I never heard one foul comment at all. Everybody had an absolute blast. I think personally, as a resident, that the council done an amazing job on getting it put together for our community. So that's what I came up here to do today, is express my gratitude and thank you guys for all that you guys did do for the day in the park and for our community. And I'm wanting to put my name on next year's committee to be with that, and our storm team will be there. If not, our golf cart will. That's all I have to say. Thank you, guys.
Thank
Real
you
quick,
for
real
helping.
quick, Al, I want to we appreciate what you do for this community with regard to the storm chaser and responders. Sometimes I think your information is more up to date, more accurate, and more rapid receiving than even the local news. So for you and I have been friends for a long, long time, and I appreciate you, what you're doing for this community, for your community, for our community. Keep up the great work, and I already got your name jotted down for next year. So
Excellent. Thank you. It's the whole storm team. It's not just me. I appreciate it.
we'll tell your guys, we appreciate that too. They did an awesome job. And if you're running a Scooby-Doo, tell them it's outstanding.
He was on our page today.
So,
He'll be back next year.
all right, thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, next is Tina Bell, 301 Blossom. Hi, Tina. Good evening.
Good evening. Hi, everybody. Tina Bell, 301 Blosser. I'm just gonna piggyback off Al. Yeah, David Park, huge success for our village. We needed it, kind of like a rebirth for everything. Not a bad comment. Every vendor I talk to wants to come back, put me on their list, is what they said. So that's a good thing. Thanks to everybody that helped out. I think most of you up there were hands-on, boots on the ground with all of everything going on. So thank you for all that. Again, put me on the list for next year, not for running the garden tent. I'll delegate that for somebody else. But yes, it was great. I can't wait for the next one. I just wanted to let everybody know, I've been put in charge of the garden. So I just wanted to let everybody know, we do have a garden page, the Lebanon Community Garden is the page. I think we're gonna open it up to being able to let other people comment, but in case anybody wants to go to that, there's plenty of vegetables over there still. Please go take some. Also, I've talked to you guys, I want to get a sit down, I guess, to
Yes.
talk about something. I'll go with you
Okay.
on that. Let's see, thanks to Nicole, she did donate some trellises for the garden this week. And I have a couple questions. The Rite Aid building, anything? Nothing yet, okay. And is there or is there not going to be a fall garage sale citywide? I want to say I saw that earlier on, but now I don't know. I just thought it might be that time for that.
I'm not aware of one, doesn't mean we can't put one together.
I just thought I had seen two earlier in the year that there was gonna be another one, I just didn't know if there was or not. And that's it. Thanks, everyone.
Tina, before you leave, one thing I want to throw at you. You come up with an idea and not bounce it off. We'll figure it out together, and we'll counsel about something over here at the garden for Halloween too. So for sure. I'm sure Mr. Dennis can help us out with that as well. So
That'd be great.
we'll come up with something.
Okay.
Thank you very much for everything. I appreciate it. Josh Farley. 136 Prospect. Good evening, sir. Welcome.
How you guys doing this evening? I only needed that words. It was really good stuff, but my son did want me to send a special thank you to Mr. Nicholson for the fireworks. They're tremendous and we just look at that. Linda May, it's awesome to see you back. I'm glad to see you good. Really good. God bless you.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Thank you. And Natasha, 136 Bromwood. Good evening, Ms. Parker.
So I was gonna come up here and again, say a big thank you for the work record again. I feel like we're starting some working record in here, so I'll just move on to the other things that I So I do recall it being mentioned a while back about the salt barn and it not having any permits. And I just was just curious, where are we with the permits and with the salt barn, like what is, where are we at?
So with everything going on, we haven't, that issue is still there. There's nothing in the barn, so it's, I guess, safe as it can be. Yeah, and I don't know that it's in danger of falling down, just it'd be going through the process of formalizing the permit, so we just haven't had time to do that yet.
Okay, I was just, like I said, I was just curious.
I appreciate it.
Okay, next thing I had, okay, Gail. I am really trying to be genuine with you and trying to understand this. So I recall you and Tammy having an argument about minutes, mostly Tammy, but I want to say that you had part of that argument as well about meeting minutes and how they should be available to the public and their accuracy and other things. But yet, every meeting still, you vote no on the approval of the minutes, but you don't have any type of retort or edit or anything like that. And like I said, I am really just genuinely curious. I'm not trying to like be mean or rude. I'm just trying to ask. That's embarrassing. Like I said, I was just like genuinely trying to ask a question that I think is a legitimate question for a council member who gives no reason for voting no on meeting minutes. You're extremely rude. You do not deserve to be a council member. Like, how can you just look at someone who is genuinely, how can you stare at me like that when I'm genuinely trying to conversate with you? Do you have any self-respect? Because you certainly don't respect me or anyone that comes up here to speak to you. Seriously, stop.
If you keep
Anyway.
your comments to yourself.
Anyway. I think I've said enough. It's just, it's outrageous that, okay, Mr. McNamee, you're gonna allow this behavior of a council member. Like, I'm sure this is against some sort of oath or something that he just. I don't understand. Anyway, I'm moving on. Bill. I'm still waiting for my apology from you. I will not stop asking for it until I get it, because I deserve it. I'm finished.
Ms. Farley, just for a second.
Ms. Farley, council is not obligated. I mean, you're certainly free to make your comments and ask questions, but it's up to the individual council member whether they respond or not. So he's not violating any charter provision or rules of council. Just not obligated.
It's extremely unbecoming behavior of a council member. It's distasteful.
Thank you, Ms. Farley. Okay, next will be administrative staff comments. Oh, I'm sorry, Shannon Bemis. I'm sorry. I thought you were crossed out there. It looked like somebody scribbled at the bottom of 130 Bravo. Good evening.
Good evening. Well, I wasn't interested, I guess I will. My only suggestion, I'm not gonna ask Mr. Joy a question, but my only suggestion is when the mayor says, does anybody have any corrections or changes? Maybe it would be more, received better if you made comments on what corrections or changes you wanted. I still, again, months later, I'm waiting for an email from you. You say you have all this information. I still have not received an email from you. I would like that noted on the record. Again, a simple question. Anybody have any corrections or changes? Say, hey, I don't like this. Hey, I don't agree with this. Simple. Mr. Perkins, I don't understand why you would vote no on selling police surplus equipment. You don't need to respond. Mr. Anderson, you said that they were police vehicles. I personally, working heck in the garden or just being around town, the 3 vehicles back there, the tires are dry rotting. And there's weeds that are literally growing around the wheel well in a circle. So they're abandoned vehicles. They're not, I believe, not registered, not tagged, I don't know. They are now,
The taxes are all.
Okay.
Some back.
okay. I don't know, why, I mean, I'm just, why would you say, no, my thing is, why would you say they're some, they're useless, they've just been abandoned vehicles, basically. If they were parked on my street, I'd get a ticket for it. Mr. Joy, I don't understand the whole reasoning behind voting no on Kroger, and, doesn't make sense. And I guess, you know, I understand, Mr. McNamee, that you're saying that council's not obligated. I mean, we're not obligated to do a lot of things. I'm not obligated to open the door for an elderly woman in front of me. That's something you do just out of kindness and being courteous, just a normal courteous human being. As a constituent, as again, a taxpayer, someone who is paying this elected official, I believe it's more like a non-feasance or really non-feasance. Just failing to fulfill his duties in office. By not doing anything, not participating. The whole purpose of having a quorum or a council is participation, whether you disagree or agree, it doesn't matter. But right now, you guys you're just as good as that empty seat where Ms. Atkins normally sits, in my opinion. And, I just wanted to quickly touch on a day in the park. I know my time's almost up. There are a few comments that stuck out to me on Facebook. I've never seen Facebook. And I know, Mr. Perkins, you're not on the computer, so I wanted to read these so you were aware. The day in the park was a really special day. What, Melissa, when did it start? End of May, right? End of May, I believe, was our first meeting, right? So not a lot of time to put it together, all volunteer, nobody was paid. And I think it went really well. At the end of the day, I had tears in my eyes. I remember we were the last two to leave. Everybody was here, the mayor, I mean, even week prior, mowing and picking up trash and cleaning the bathrooms. But at the end of the day, I remember we like hugged, like really dramatically. And I had tears in my eyes. It felt like a really good day. Felt like a really good day to be a citizen of New Lebanon. And I just want to read a couple quick comments from Mr. Perkins. Wonderful fireworks through Lebanon team. I miss those days. Day at the park turned out wonderfully. Can't wait to see it grow. Thank you. Another one. I can get on my sunset pictures. The organizers of Day in the Park deserve a lot of credit. They managed to bring back the vibes from the 1960s. Even the weather wanted us to have a beautiful day. Thank you, one and all, for so much. And then, there's 2 more. With growing up in a small town with nothing to do other than one weekend of fun at Stagecoach Days, this reminded us of those good days that are now. A day at the park, it was a total success. We want to thank everyone who came out and supported us. We couldn't have done it without you. The people that put all of this together did an outstanding job. We need more of what today was in this town. And then the last one, a huge, awesome job to everyone that was involved in the Day in the Park. Brought back memories of the simpler days. I am so happy we are coming back together as a community and excited for New Lebanon's future. It was so relaxing to sit on my back deck listening to the amazing band, then watch the beautiful fireworks. I felt like I was in an outdoor country concert. Again, awesome job and thank you. So for everybody that was involved, it was appreciated. I mean, as a resident, I know I was involved in it, but it was appreciated and heard a lot of really good comments. And I know there's a little boy watching the fireworks for the first time that everybody's been sharing, and that was really neat. It was really touching. So it felt very good. It felt better than my first Stagecoach days when the first time I ever came to this little village. So I'm looking forward to the next one. So thank you.
Okay, thank you, Karen. Okay, administrative staff comments. Mr. Orban, you have anything, sir?
The only thing I have, we're working on getting stats up and running, and an update on kind of the general status of the PD. We're trying to get it done for this meeting, but we didn't want to rush it. So next meeting, there should be some stats and updates and stuff like that. Other than that, I just wanted to remind everybody that school's starting, so school buses will be out and the school zone stuff will be out enforcing it, so just keep an eye out for everybody.
Thank you, sir. Anybody have anything for the acting police chief? Law director, do you have anything?
Nothing tonight, Joe.
Okay, anybody have anything for the law director? Okay, next will be municipal manager comments.
Just to reiterate what everybody said about a day at the park, I need to give kudos to our staff. You know, we were short-staffed anyway, particularly in the PD. But we did have a couple officers there all day. They even got in a little bit of fun wearing the bucket hats and walking around. You know, that was, if anybody, if there's one criticism he tries to make, well, it's we didn't have enough staff there, that's my fault. I didn't expect that crowd. And with it being short-staffed anyway, and people on vacation, I thought our folks did a great job policing it. Service department did a great job cleaning up and making sure everything was clean. And then, of course, JC and the fire department with fireworks. I know he was very nervous with the fireworks and paperwork, but he did an outstanding job marshaling all that. So I need to give them kudos for helping out, making that day as special as it was. So thank you, Bill. Please send back to your folks my thanks, and I'll do the same with Chris and JC. That's why I've done it.
Anybody have anything for the municipal manager?
I do.
Go ahead, sir.
What fund did this day in the park come from?
So if you recall, several months ago, we did a supplemental appropriation. There's a fund in the general fund for festivals, which is where we took that money. We did a supplemental to put money in there and took it out of that fund.
Anybody else? Mr. Perkins, go ahead.
There's still money in the fund.
There's still some money in the fund, yes.
How much?
Off the top of my head, I don't know, but it's a couple, at least $3,500 or more.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody else have anything for the municipal manager? Okay.
I do.
You do? Go ahead.
On the budget. Will that be coming up soon or?
The capital budget will be coming soon. That's the first thing that has to be presented and brought to you first, so we'll be doing that shortly. And then hopefully we'll have a new village manager in place that can work through the regular budget. But the capital budget will be something I'll start working with the directors on now to present to you before the end of next month.
And then last question, do you, have you started a road project or?
So yes, we're working with our, thanks Ryan, I meant to mention that, so thank you for asking that question. We're working with our engineer right now. Looks like Gregory Street is going to be the street that we're going to redo. There is assessing how much full depth replacement there needs to be, full depth repair. Instead of just going in the milling and filling, we'll do some repairs while we're there. And then obviously the curb. Estimates we need to be done as well.
You said Gregory?
Gregory.
Who determines what road?
It's a collaboration between our engineer and service department and myself.
Okay,
And it's a function of the budget, so we have limited funds, so we're looking for something we can do that would fit in the budget.
okay.
Cooper, anything?
No.
Mr. Joy?
I have nothing.
Mr. Beck? Mr. Perkins? Yes, sir, you're up.
Being that, on YouTube, when they're too crazy about, but that's the way it happens. I watched Channel 1, I think it was the other day, and found out that the ex-police chief is suing the village and council members, Mr. Anderson, and the attorney. And we're gonna, on TV, it said, for at least $100,000. Do you know anything about that, Mr. Attorney?
So you were at the executive session where we discussed that last week, so.
Please, not that one. This is the Hensley.
Oh, Tennessee. Yes, I've received service of complaint.
Okay. Does, are you going to be able to, what do you call it, represent, or since you're in that thing, you won't be able to do that, right?
Oh, no, sir, that's conflict of interest, and we've submitted this to the village's insurance company, and they will appoint counsel.
So somebody will appoint counsel to, for Mr. Matt and, Ms. Sexton and, Atkins and. this
For all
gentleman.
council members and all agents, including myself, including Mr. Anderson.
So who's paying for that?
Our insurance
Your
carrier.
insurance care.
I'm sure like that.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear what you said.
Please,
I couldn't hear what you said.
I said. Good luck with that, I think. On, one for mayor, but, I was told that, there's gonna be interviews for the next possible manager, and you were in charge, is that correct?
Sorry.
Oh, I'm not in charge, he's in charge of it. He does all the hiring.
So,
So for the village manager over, I asked the mayor to spearhead a committee
yeah, committee,
of people to help with the interviews for the first round.
so who's on the committee?
There's three,
What's the three?
myself, Nicole Atkins, and Timmy Beck.
You said Tim
Nicole.
and Nicole. Yeah. And will these interviews take place in the evening or during the day or,
In the evening.
so we'll be, we've got, does anybody else want to come and listen?
Not for the first round. The second round will be a public meeting process.
So with the first round, but nobody would be on the end, right?
Correct.
Is there any reason why that?
I think to allow the applicants to have some confidentiality and it would be, really this is just trying to narrow the field to the top 2 or 3. And it's typically done not in a public meeting.
Do you think when this gets started, this ends up in a lawsuit?
Hard to tell. It really is hard to tell.
Because I don't think the village can afford another lawsuit, but the council, but the money's gonna go. Because I know that for the invoices, we paid that gentleman over $100,000 so far for the investigation. And I might be wrong about this, but I thought his wages for being an attorney for the village was only supposed to be $2,000. But what I understand, this last invoice that was turned was over $2,700. So that's $700 more than I thought, but was high over the $2,000, which I thought was agreed upon.
So what I think what we agreed to was that he would make the same amount as the previous law director,
Okay,
which is around $27 and $27 a week.
okay.
So it's capped at that amount. So anything, if he doesn't make that amount, then he bills what he doesn't bill that much. If he goes over, then we pay just the 2,700. So he's capped his fee at that for the law director work.
The other concern I got with, say the mayor and Tim and Nicole choose somebody, and when it goes through, and something happens a little bit after October 3rd, how long of a contract are you gonna offer this first member to be the next manager?
So that is something that you all will get to decide.
The whole cost.
Yeah, so the second round will involve everybody on council and the public, and then you ultimately have to decide as a council who you want to hire. And then you decide the contract that they get as well.
Because, but if you hire somebody before October 3rd, which is the court date, then I'd be willing to bet somebody gonna file suit. And there's gonna be more money goes on the drain.
You never know.
Okay. I looked it up a bit. Who was in charge, or whose call was it to dismiss the suit brought in by Mr. Farley? Who made the call to dismiss it and not go through with it?
I believe that was the judge I'm not mistaken. The judge dismissed it.
The attorney didn't have nothing to do with that?
It was the judge.
Yeah, that's good enough. Because this, so far, with the investigation started February, I would say February 20th, and today's August 20th, so it's been 6 months,
Yes.
you know, and with two more months, I don't think, anything else is gonna happen, but I'm glad that I ain't gonna be sued. Because, lawyers, are out to make money, not to, they can help people, they're also, that's how they make their money. If they don't represent anybody, they ain't making the money. And, we're going to interview, how many going to interview the first section, number 10?
6.
6? Is the names in this paper?
The names are the ones I sent you before, yes.
But they're not, I don't know which 6 are those.
They're I sent you the resumes for the ones that were in.
Let's see what it is. We have the council ain't gonna know that. Which 6 they're gonna be. And the village, insurance is gonna pay for everything.
For
But the lawsuit from Lena Madden, and we'll get the lawsuit from the ex-police chief.
So the Hensley lawsuit is being covered by our insurance carrier, correct? As well as the other lawsuit that we went over in the executive session last week.
What, you're asking a good question. The lawsuit that the ex-police chief, is that civil or a different type of,
Yes, it's a civil lawsuit, yes.
it's also a civil lawsuit?
Yes.
I thought that might have been something to do with the state.
I don't believe so. I'm not my depth here.
No, no.
It's,
That's not involved in the state.
it does not involve the state. It does not involve the state.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll get to, I don't know how long your contract is, but if something happens, we'll get to. Nobody is, the council doesn't pick one. Then you stay on and get paid, correct? Or you wanna leave?
Well, my contract was for 6 months, so it actually, after that 6-month period, I have the ability to go month to month. And I will stay until you hire a new manager.
This is 6 months, right?
Correct.
February 20th to August, that's why.
That's correct.
Figured that out. Good.
That was good.
Maybe that has to do with watch TV and go write myself notes.
Right.
That's it, thank you.
Okay, let's pay everything here. I don't have any. We don't have no agenda for me to do it.
We have nobody to get.
Okay, our next regular council meeting will be held on Tuesday, September 3rd at 7:30 p.m. At this time, do I have a motion to adjourn?
Can I make council comments or?
Oh, I'm sorry. My fault.
No, you're right. I just wanna thank everybody that came out and supported the day at large. To all the people of the community that came out and made that such a great day. That's really what allows events like that to do and be such a success as the people. I wanna thank the police that were there, that volunteered their time, village workers and staff that helped and volunteered their time to make it an absolutely great day at heart. And I didn't hear anything negative, positive feedback, people absolutely loved it. And can't wait to do it again next year. So thank you all for showing your support and for listening and even with all the craziness, we're moving in a awesome, great direction. And we just appreciate your support. So thank you all. That's it.
I apologize to you.
You're welcome.
Okay, now do I have a motion to adjourn? Oh, you have something to? I'm sorry, go ahead. I thought I went this way.
Not so fast. it was actually for, Rob. I received an email. And it asked me, I'll read it. Says, my boy plays in the Pee Wee Football Club. We used to practice at the park on Foles Road, but don't anymore. I asked our coach, and he said the lady Tina that manages the baseball and soccer club at the park had a problem with it. I used to walk my dog while my son practiced and enjoyed the scenery, and now I can't. I responded and said, can you elaborate on if she said why you're not able to practice there? He said, I was told one of our managers got into a disagreement with Tina, and Tina said we were taking up the parking for her soccer players. I don't understand why we can't all use the park I don't understand why we can't all use the park like we always had. The city owns the park, right? So that's why I asked you. That's what it says. My partner said you live near park and knows of you. That's it.
So we currently have a contract with the NOYA for the use of the park, both in the spring and the fall for baseball and soccer. I will say the current contract does run out this year and is to be renegotiated in October. So I think the current contract is pretty generous to the NOYA and gives them, they're very open to when they can use it, what they can use. I would recommend that the next contract have a little more specificity to it in terms of the dates that they're going to need it and where they're limited to where they can play. And then we could fit in other groups at the park for Pee Wee football and other things. So I would say we have an opportunity when the contract comes up again to be more specific and then limit maybe the use for NOYA to the areas they really just need.
Okay. So if they're contracted, the NOYA is contracted, they have full use of the parking lot and the whole entirety of the park?
So I don't think it precludes other people from being in the park. They can't exclude people from parking there or
I think that's
using
what
the
they're
location. Yeah, so if that's an issue, please forward that email to me. I'll contact him and get more info.
Sure.
I'm sorry, I thought you were talking about the Pee Wee football use of it.
No, I mean,
Yes.
I'm sure they would have to know they can't practice on their soccer fields. I mean,
And nothing in the contract precludes anybody else from using the park. You know, residents can go and walk the track and walk the path and play volleyball and things like that, so I will reach out to that person. Sure.
thank you.
Yep.
Lastly, again, I will cover a day at the park because that was a big part of my soul. I put a lot of hard work into it as well as everyone that pitched in and helped. The outcome was beyond, unbelievable. I just couldn't believe it. And, I got a message from someone. I shared it with some, but I do want to read it. It says, thank you for all the hard work you all put into making today as good as it was. It was a dream come true to have a festival for my kids that resembled the ones I remember growing up. My brother even commented in our friends group message that it reminded him of Stagecoach days when we were growing up. That's a huge compliment, and your all's effort did not go unnoticed. Again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. It's that makes me sit up here and do what I do. This community has been through a lot, and I say that we planned this in 3 months with no one getting paid is a lot to say, and is a lot that can be done in this community if we all work together, and it showed. So thank everyone again.
Okay, before I stick my foot in my mouth, Mr. Cooper, any last things, sir?
I just wanna, Day in the Park's been talked about a lot. My wife and I were there most of the day. It was one of the most enjoyable days we've had since we moved here in 2017. And kudos to all the workers, Councilmember Sexton, and everyone that worked. And I said when I presented myself to the council to sit here, that the biggest asset that we have is people. That this community is made up of people. And what Dan Park represented to me was an investment in this community and in the future of this community. And I saw nothing but smiling faces and happy kids. And so I think it's an investment that will show in the future. And I just really pray earnestly that it continue and that it grow, become an event that's known in the region as something to be admired and something to look forward to.
Anybody else? Good, okay. At this time, do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Councilmember Cooper,
Yes.
Councilmember Perkins,
Yes.
Mayor Nickerson,
Yes.
Councilmember Sexton,
Yes.
Councilmember Back,
Yes.
Councilmember Joel.
Yes.
6 yes, 0 no, we're adjourned.
Okay, thank you very much, everybody, have a nice evening.
No problem.
It's that. Yes. I got mine. I can. No worry.